fucking news, bruh. Xbox One possibly about to break major waves. Major waves with this one, bruh. Fixing to break major fucking head waves with this one. We all know the digital market is like fixing to bust through and take over everything. It's just fixing to be the way it is. Um, Physical copies will always be around, but the digital way of buying things is fixing to really just happen and be our main way of playing. I already have digital for my Xbox One, so this is something definitely that I'm going to be paying attention to. Right now, it looks like it's going to be one of those play by ears. It's just a test out thing right now. They're just testing this idea. They don't know how well it's going to work, but this is something that goes into the digital market more so to show that they are very serious about the um, digital market takeover. And Microsoft is noticing this. And the reason I say Microsoft more than PlayStation, Microsoft is ready to test refunds. I wish I was making this up. There is a link down in the description below for you to go check it out. There is a heavy drawback for this, and the reason I use the word test on this, the major drawback, you can have only owned the game for 2 weeks, and you can have only put in invested 2 hours, 120 minutes, and that, my friends, is usually about the length of the opening cinema for majority of these games, and possibly even playing the tutorial. That's not enough time. I'm just gonna throw that out. That's not enough time. I mean, usually you can tell if a game's busted by that point, but I would say it needs to be up to at least 5 hours. That way you know whether or not you're gonna like the game or not by 5 hours. Why they went with 2 hours, I'll never know. That's like an hour a week. But that is good news that they're at least throwing out, pardon me, some good news here for the digital market, because right now as it stands you have to really want whatever it is you're buying, whatever the game could be, whether it be The Witcher 3, whether it be Destiny, whether it be Halo Wars 2, Halo 5, whatever, Horizon Zero Dawn, Need for Speed, whatever the case may be, no matter what the title of the game is, if you buy it digitally, you're stuck with it forever, and the price you pay is the price you pay. If you don't like the game after you buy it, you are stuck with that game. Demos are a thing of the past. Yes, demos do exist on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but demos tend to just be like, a thing of what the game is a possibility of, and they never come out with the game being part of the demo. So this refund idea is a huge step in the right direction. We need these to be more of a thing coming to be. Like, if I don't like the game, then I need to be able to get the money back, because that lets me go and put money down on something I do want and can possibly get a game that I actually do want to play versus having to be stuck with some shitty title I don't want. And that also again drives the point home with the digital market actually coming to take over, whereas owning the physical copy of it is just going to phase out completely. Or, well, as much as completely as possible. And I think that's a good thing, man, especially being that, Microsoft is looking into it, the Xbox is looking into it. I still have to stand by my statement that I made earlier in a past video with they do need to get a lineup of games. You can do all these features, Xbox, but having all these features negates from the fact that you are very limited on your games. Backwards compatibility does expand it, which I will stand here firm. Well, right now I'm sitting, but I will firmly say yes, your library is good with backwards compatible games. However, your game library for this gen, and strictly this gen, is small in comparison to that of the PS4 because you are scaring developers away. You are making massive mistakes by canceling mass appealing games that could possibly turn into system sellers, therefore limiting your library, especially when you do make stupid statements like, hey, if you don't like the fact we canceled this, go out and buy a game that has nothing to do or is not even in the same genre of games as the one we just canceled. That does have a turning point of where people just won't even fucking pay you any mind anymore. So, on the one hand, it's very good to see that Microsoft, you are embracing the idea that digital is going to happen. It is going to take over. It's not just something that's going to fly by night. And you are embracing that. And on the other hand, while you're doing all this, you might be doing this on a turn foot to be like, hey, can we get developers to come over here and make some games for us? Although we're probably not going to change anything we're doing other than what we're doing now. We've run all you away, but at least we're trying to get our customers to buy the damn Xbox. But the way you get people to buy the Xbox is by offering games. And I made a statement earlier with the fire sale going on, or the spring sale, which is it's always a fire sale, I don't care. With the spring fire sale, the games that they offer for this sale are exactly the same, except for adding in like 2 from the winter sale. They should have added in Resident Evil 7, but they didn't. Because Capcom, about 2.5 to 3 weeks ago, had a whole Resident Evil blowout sale. And just because of that, they didn't throw in Resident Evil 7. That was a stupid move. Stupid move on your behalf, Xbox. But that's digressing from the point that this, if you do it right and you don't go off of the 2 hours for 2 weeks, what is your obsession with the number 2 with this idea, could turn out to be a huge thing. This could win over a lot of gamers. You're making a lot of the right moves, but then backtracking with stupid shit like numbers. We want to try out the refund policy. Great idea. How can we screw that up? Let's add in the number 2. You can only own the game for 2 weeks. Okay, that's reasonable. 14 days, that's not unheard of. And you can have only played it for 2 hours. What the fuck? Tutorial and opening cinema. Huh? Okay, so I don't even get to try to enjoy the game past the tutorial? No. You see what I'm saying? So, again, it's kind of they're aiming in the right direction, but they're kind of not even swinging for the fences. So, Xbox, make up your fucking mind. Okay? Make up your fucking mind. That way I can be 100% behind you when you do say something smart, rather than being like, I don't know what to do here. Okay? Because it sounds great, but at the same time, they're kind of like, it's pretty, but we covered it in shit. See what I'm saying? So, Xbox, get your shit together, man. I'm sick of this shit. I want to be all good with you, but it's hard when you do make stupid fucking statements in your whole thing there, alright? Anyway, until the next fucking story hits, man, deuces.